And for more on Chinese cinema taking over the world, let's turn to media consultant Teng Jimeng. He's a Chinese film professor at Capital Normal University. Jimeng, great having you first. And second, with American movie imports slumping in China, did Hollywood actually lose its mojo?
That's a very fascinating question. I think the answer lies in both policy and audience transformation. In April 2025, China's National Film Administration announced that in response to the U.S. government's tariff policies, the country would follow market principles and moderately reduce the import of American films. On the surface, that's a policy move, but underneath, it reflects a changing market dynamic. For a long time, Hollywood film flooded into China and earned extraordinary returns. At one point, China's box office accounted for nearly half of Hollywood's global revenue. With over 80,000 screens and more than a billion moviegoers a year, China was Hollywood's largest overseas market. The situation is shifting. Trade tensions have clearly added friction and losing even partial access to the Chinese market. And that could deal a serious blow to the U.S. studios. More importantly, I think the audience itself has changed. The new generation of Chinese viewers, Gen Z, grew up in a different media environment. They are less attached to classic Hollywood franchises, and their entertainment habits are shaped by streaming, gaming, and short videos. And they prefer content that feels local, relevant, and emotionally resonant. In that sense, it's not just much about the Hollywood has lost its mojo, but its formula no longer guarantees universal appeal. The global film landscape has diversified. Hollywood now faces the same challenge it once posed to others: how to stay fresh, relevant, and connected to the new generation of audiences.
And at the same time, China's box office performance is a statement that the world can go on without Hollywood?
Well, in some ways, yes, but it's more nuanced than that. I think China's recent box office strength shows that a vibrant film market can thrive without being dominated by Hollywood. Domestic productions now routinely outperform U.S. import, both in revenue and cultural resonance. Films like The Wandering Earth 2, Creation of the Gods, and Ne Zha 2 demonstrate the local storytelling when backed by strong production values, emotional authenticity, can capture national imagination and compete head-to-head with Hollywood blockbusters. But at the same time, this shift isn't about rejection, it's about rebalancing. For decades, Hollywood defined global entertainment, and now we are seeing a more pluralistic landscape, where audiences in China, India, South Korea, and beyond are drawn to stories rooted in their own languages, values, and histories. So yes, China's box office success sends a clear message. Local cinema no longer revolves around Hollywood alone. The world can go on, but it's richer, more diverse world of storytelling than ever before.
Yes, at the same time, what happens when the China film markets is so important for Hollywood that skipping it means losing a very large piece of the pie?
Of course. I mean, that topic gets to the heart of modern global filmmaking. The question isn't just about a location shoot, or it's about narrative integrity, cultural authenticity, and economic reality. Let me put it this way, I mean, in greater detail. In terms of narrative and thematic weight, I mean, it's in many contemporary stories, China is not a passive setting. It serves a crucial narrative function. In terms of thematic resonances, a story about global connectivity, climate change, or a pandemic inherently requires a global scope. Omitting a major pillar of the world like China would make the theme feel incomplete and artificially narrow. Second, I think there's also a commercial imperative. It is about survival, not just about bonus revenue, but the financial argument is almost so very straightforward in terms of market access, cultural authenticity, and representation, especially,
I see.
in terms of this large Chinese diaspora and audiences in China seeing their country and culture represented on screen as a normal,
Yes.
integral part of the world. It's not just about exotic stereotypes.
I get that,
It's
Teng Jimeng. Thank you so much for your time and insights. Great having you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.